of apple pie.
Brilliant.
Yo, Fabio!
Walking!
I'm coming!
Hurry!
I'm still coming!
Come on! Stop moving!
I'm getting there! Oh, shoot! I'll be down before you can say... Mixed vegetables?
If you have all 4 channels of HBO, there's something for everyone tonight.
Blown away completely when I saw Shrek the first time. Visually, it really blows your mind. You know, it goes like, look how far animation has come.
The amazing thing is how revolutionary the computer has been in animation. It's not evolutionary, it's revolutionary.
I've never seen anything like it. This is something cutting edge that just sort of brings it to that state, you know, where you're kind of just like, woo.
I've never seen anything like it before. I don't think anybody has. I think it's a completely new experience.
Shrek, the highly audacious animated comedy from PDI DreamWorks, takes all the elements of the classic fairy tale, throws them in a blender, and mixes them inside out and upside down.
Now I really see what's going on here.
The amazing fairy tale world of Shrek was born out of an extraordinary union. Hundreds of computer technicians and traditional artists working together to realize a very specific artistic vision. In computer animation, everything must be created from scratch. Characters, sets, camera movements, lighting, and visual effects all begin in the minds of the artists. But before the first frame of animation, actors must breathe life into the characters.
But thy deed is great, and thine heart is pure. I am eternally in your debt. One day, somebody called me up and said, hey, you want to do Shrek? What's that? It's a animated movie that they're doing at DreamWorks, and I was like, yeah, that sounds like fun. And where would a brave knight be without his noble steed?
That's one of the reasons why I like doing them, because my kids really get into them. I had explained to them that it was, you know, and Daddy was playing a jackass in it, and they were like, what? And it's Daddy and an ogre and a princess, so they were pretty well primed for it.
That's what I like to hear, man. Shrek and Donkey, 2 stalwart friends off on a whirlwind big city adventure. I love it.
Shrek is a big, green, disgusting, oafish character, which is why I'm sure they cast me. You were expecting Prince Charming? And he just wants to live a really happy life on his swamp. And then one day, a whole bunch of fairy tale creatures arrive.
Hey! Oh, no. Dead girl, off the table!
They've been sent out of this magical kingdom by Lord Farquaad.
It's everybody from the 3 Little Pigs to the Pied Piper and the 3 Little Bears and Little Red Riding Hood.
What?
And on and on and on. All of these wonderful classic fairy tale creatures.
I'm not a puppet. I'm a real boy.
It has a great fun time of kind of being a little bit irreverent to these wonderful stories that we've all grown up on.
I'm a terrifying ogre! What do I have to do to get a little privacy?
Oh, no.
So Shrek strikes a deal with Lord Farquaad that if he will go and rescue this princess, Lord Farquaad will remove the fairy tale creatures from Shrek's swamp and give him back his isolation.
Shrek has a sidekick named Donkey, who is in fact a donkey. And at first, Shrek finds Donkey very, very irritating.
Ah! Oh, wow.
That was really scary. And if you don't mind me saying, you definitely need some Tic Tacs or something, because your breath stinks.
He's just got this kind of wonderful persistence that finally cracks through Shrek's shell.
You gotta let me stay, please.
Okay. But one night only.
Ah, thank you.
What do you do?
Oh, this is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles.
Yeah, it was pretty natural because I was having fun doing it, and I got the donkey. I got the character, you know. I thought he was funny, so it was pretty easy to do.
And where would a brave knight be without his noble steed?
All right, I hope you heard that. She called me a noble steed. She think I'm a steed.
Princess Fiona's, she's a firecracker, as they say, a little spark plug. She's been kept in a tower for quite a long time, so she has a lot of time to sort of put her imagination to work, and she's got this idea about her rescue, what it's going to be like, who's going to rescue her Prince Charming.
Wake up.
What?
Now let's go.
But wait, Sir Knight, you should sweep me off my feet out yonder window and down a rope onto your valiant steed.
You've had a lot of time to plan this, haven't you?
The princess is at first exactly the way Shrek the ogre figured a princess would be. You know, a little bit stuck up, a little bit haughty.
I pray that you take this favor as a token of my gratitude.
Thanks.
And as he gets to know her better, he slowly becomes more and more impressed by this person.
Hold the phone.
I will make this Princess Fiona my queen, and you lot will finally have the perfect king.
Captain, assemble your finest men. We're going to have a tournament.
John has got such an incredible repertoire of characters that he has done over the years, and he is just an incredibly gifted actor. And John as a villain in a comedy is a riot.
Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. You're a monster.
He's a contemptible little creature. He's full of incredible dreams of glory.
Is this not the most perfect kingdom?
He's put up all these appearances, and he's supposed to be Prince Charming, and he's a conniving, devious short man.
I've tried to be fair to you creatures. Now my patience has reached its end. Tell me, or I'll...
No, not the buttons! Not my gumdrop buttons!
All right then, who's hiding them?
He's super inflated. He's a sort of walking embodiment of overcompensation.
That must be Lord Farquaad's castle. Do you think maybe he's compensating for something?
When you take the talents of Mike Myers and Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz and John Lithgow, you couldn't have more fun. And just because of the comic genius of all of them, you can't get more outrageous.
So, do you want to go back to 3?
Yeah, let's do one more. 3 where you drop it down at the end.
3, take 2.
Not really, no.
What's that now? Oh, sorry. That's the line. I thought you were commenting on my performance. What do you think of that? Not really, no.
I didn't know what to expect. I had no idea. I never knew anything about the process. They said Eddie Murphy and Mike Myers were going to be in the movie. So I expected to sort of walk into a room with the two guys there and us be like, doing our lines off one another. And instead I got a storyboard and a pointer stick. Sort of running across the bottom in dialogue and explaining to me, and I was like, oh, okay, I get this is a different process.
You just kind of act yourself through it and then
Right.
get to, and then you'll have full breath and everything for that.
Okay, good. Thy deed is great, and thine heart is pure. I didn't have anything in my headphones.
The actors who perform are in a curious little bubble. We're in an isolation booth. We only see it from our own peculiar little angle. In fact, in the whole course of this project, I'll never even lay eyes on Eddie Murphy or Mike or Cameron. We have dialogues together, and we end up in very intimate contact with each other, at least our voices do, in the film.
What kind of knight are you?
One of a kind.
What kind of knight are you?
One of a kind.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. First of all, it takes a long time. It's kind of like doing a movie and then sending it out to space, and then 100 years later, an alien comes by and said, I saw it, it was pretty good, pretty good.
Doing something like this, it's more collaborative than when I'm just it's just me and what I would do with my body and my face and my approach to a scene. And I found that the director and the people involved are really specific about what they want, you know, so they kind of talk you through things.
Yeah, really. Try one, just go a bit over the top, really upset with yourself. Really upset that you're still afraid of the dark. You haven't conquered that fear.
Well, don't feel bad, Princess. I used to be afraid of the dark too, until... Hey, no, wait. I'm still afraid of the dark.
And then you see that, you know, them draw, you know, how they wanted your voice to go because he was a little more this in the scene. He was a little more angry or he was a little scared. See that come out, you know.
They've got a terrific shorthand, and they're very good at talking to actors.
They do videotape you as you work. But they say that no one's going to ever see them. And I have that in writing, I think.
The animators love to watch Cameron Diaz.
You did it! You rescued me! You're amazing! You're wonderful! You're... A little unorthodox, I'll admit.
They take that and they sort of like use that as a guidelines to sort of get some gestures of, you know, when you're screaming or moving around.
It's just so helpful because sometimes it's not so much about the body language, because when they're doing recording, most of the time they're just standing there looking at a piece of paper. But it's the detail of the face. Whatever was going on their faces while they were talking is so special.
Let me put it this way, Princess. Men of Farquaad's stature are in short supply. Short. Okay.
Yes, that's the one.
The animators took a lot of what I actually look like and put it on the screen. In actuality, I am green. My ears do stick out. I am 6'4". This has taken 4 hours worth of makeup to look like this. Usually I'm covered in, you know, pimples. Hairs grow out of weird spots. There's a slight sheen to my countenance. Yes, I use the word countenance. And I'm bald. Yeah.
And it's like you're like, oh, hey, this is kind of cool. You know, you don't have to like worry about, you know, what you look like or what you're doing. You're just sort of screaming and having fun and laughing, and you know. So it was actually really fun and freeing, and I enjoyed it a lot.
While the actors voiced their characters over a period of 3 years, a parallel process was taking place in animation, where Shrek's world was brought to life visually.
First of all, we gather an art department and discuss with the directors, producers, and by working closely all together as a team, we come up with the look of the movie.
Well, the story artists are given script pages, and the artists go away and draw all their panels, they pin them up, and they pitch them to the directors for approval.
Yours for the rescuing, Princess Fiona.
And once they're sort of approved, they go to the editorial process.
Everything starts in editorial. So Sim gets the boards and puts them together and gives them the pace and the tone and the sound effects. Then it goes into production.
Ogres are like onions.
They stink?
Yes. No.
Layout is its first step of the film's process into 3 dimensions. And so what I do is work with the directors and my layout crew, and we start blocking out in 3D very simple characters and simple sets.
Animating means putting in all the details and actually maybe start working on the facial animation, and then overlapping action, follow through, and also all the details, make sure the weight is at the right place. I was forbidden from meeting the animators, actually. I was told that they're the mole people and that they never see the light of day.
At the same time, other departments are working on subtle lighting, complicated visual effects, and texturing of the images. All this effort was directed towards creating the unique balance of realism and fantasy that characterizes Shrek's remarkable world.
We wanted to take this fairy tale world, bring it to life, and have it feel very realistic without it being photorealistic. So it's a stylized realism.
You just can't believe what you're watching, and it's a completely amazing universe full of these storybook colors, but everything has weight to it, and everything's 3-dimensional, and it's really exciting.
I think that there is a look to the film that hasn't been seen before. There's a believability there.
The great things about Shrek were the sets. The production design is fantastic, and you have these amazing environments.
We had, at some point had 47 or 56 different locations, which is an enormous amount of sets that have to be designed, and again, these don't exist, so you have to create everything.
And in Shrek's house, we have rats hanging from the walls. We have tons of things that you barely see. I mean, it's one of the things also in the movie was to bring as much richness as we could, and that richness is brought by the light, the modeling, by the texturing, by the number of props and objects you have in a scene.
There's just a texture, a tactile quality to it that you don't get in just plain animation, and it's not like a surface, it's a dimension, and that was really cool to see, because that's just technology that you just haven't seen before.
Just the raw complexity of everything. The number of characters, the complexity of the characters, the fact that they're wearing clothes, the fact that they've got muscles and that they've got skin and they've got hair and they're outside with hundreds of thousands of blades of grass and trees with leaves is really, I would say, the measure of what's been going on recently.
Everything's a case of trial and error. For instance, we had shots of Donkey. It was actually someone's first day in production, and they made one change which they thought was an innocent change, and the next day we got back renders from about a half a dozen shots with Donkey looking like a chia pet.
Kick him to the curb. Don't mess with me. I'm the stair master. I've mastered the stairs. I wish I had a step right here, and now I step all over it.
It's just so adorable. We've saved those, and we look back at them every once in a while for a good laugh.
There's a case where if the animator accidentally goes off the end, in the sense that he asks for a shape that's not there, the face blows up, literally absolutely blows up. The teeth pop out, the tongue sticks over there, the eyeballs pop out, the whole thing just blows up. So it's kind of freaky.
I just know before this is over, I'm going to need a whole lot of serious therapy. Look at my eye twitching.
Yeah, dealing with human characters is the real breakthrough on this movie.
I mean, there have been 100% animated, computer graphic generated films, but they haven't taken human-like characters and sustained a story for a whole feature length.
One day they won't even need actors, They won't even need them. It's like just the depth to it, it just is three-dimensional. It just blew my mind when I saw it.
Oh man, I can't feel my toes. I don't have any toes. I think I need a hug.
I think we have about 500 controls to animate the face, and it goes from when we animate the eyebrow, when we want certain shape, we might have 4 or 5 points here that we can just move one point at one time. So if I want a character to be mad, I can move this point down a little bit and then move this one up a little bit to get a little bit of that.
We had to go back and revise the skin several times so that they had enough dimples, marks on the skin so that they didn't look plasticky. With Fiona, for example, we have a very complex system of dermis, epidermis, and base. So it's working almost like a makeup process, and that is a system also that was applied by Rembrandt, so it's not new. You basically don't paint one color straight. You paint a glaze of red, another of yellow, and then you have a base that reflects the light.
The first time I saw it, I was like, it was rather eerie, because I felt like even though she looks nothing like me, there was something, a quality about her sort of in the eyes that at first I was a little sort of taken back by. And there was a few gestures that sort of reminded me more of my sister than myself, because I can't really see it in myself, but I kind of see it in my sister.
There's expressions that the characters get where at times I just look at them and I believe that they're real people. I believe that they have real feelings, and I think the level that the animators have taken the facial setups to are just incredible.
They've been able to make Shrek into this person that isn't me but is kind of me, and they've made a storybook character three-dimensional. They've done a really great job.
Okay, you two, head for the exit. I'll take care of the dragon.
Water, fire, mud. These are like the most difficult elements to bring to life in an animated movie, to actually create them and make them believable and plausible.
Stuff that we see all the time and obviously take for granted, but in CG is a whole nother story. And to make it believable and not photoreal, because again, it's not what the story called for, but to make it believable as part of the world that we're creating.
Oh, you can't tell me you're afraid of heights.
No, I'm just a little uncomfortable about being on a rickety bridge over a boiling lake of lava.
Having the Dragon's Keep surrounded by a moat of lava was a choice to make it, that much more threatening and imposing.
Just keep moving, and don't look down.
Shrek, I'm looking down!
To do the lava, we created spurts that would look interesting, and then on the surface of the lava is what we call a height field, which is basically a grid that you make go up and down in certain places, and that gives you a fluid-like looking surface. And then we brought it into some programs that we have in order to make the texture on the top feel like it's swirling around.
My favorite moment in the movie is the moment where Shrek and Donkey save Fiona from the castle and they're being chased by the dragon.
Hi, princess!
It talks!
Yeah, it's getting them to shut up, that's the trick!
The animation is amazing. You see them being chased by this big ball of fire, and every turn in this movie is amazing because there's a new visual effect that just blows your mind.
The fire on Shrek is, for the most part, CG. In this sequence, the fire it's almost a character itself as far as needing to, move through the scene and interact with the characters.
Basically, we started off with just a very simple ball, and we just animated the ball at the camera to get the timing right, and they started building their effects on top of that timing. So we would then, we'd have a simplified bunch of triangles just fly out at you, and then it would get slightly more blobby and more detailed, and then finally you see in lighting, you see an amazing effect coming out at you straight at your face.
We had fat to deal with on Shrek. That was not an easy task. Jiggling and sort of giving him weight and substance. We had clothing to deal with. It hasn't been dealt with very often, and certainly not to the extent that we've dealt with clothing in this film. Hair, very sort of real-looking hair that behaved normally and yet could be acted with and interacted with.
The environments, we wanted to bring them to life and make them much richer and lusher and real.
The dust in the air, the leaves moving in the trees, the wind in the grass, the footsteps, the very precise lighting. It's a very intricate process, and it requires all the talent of everybody.
The thing that's fun of working on this is not the technology or the techniques that we use, but it's the actual film itself, and entertaining the audience and making them laugh is the important thing.
From storyboards to voiceover and animation to final render, the process of creating the magical storybook world of Shrek involved a lot of time, a lot of talent, and a little bit of magic of its own.
You might have seen a housefly, maybe even a superfly, but I bet you ain't never seen a donkey fly.
It's such a complex process. Everything is so intricate, effects-wise, lighting-wise, modeling-wise, that it's a mix of an incredible team of talent. The movie, as you see it, is far beyond our wildest dreams.
Shrek is such a brilliant character. It was a wonderful idea to take that and expand it into something which can be a great classic.
I think the story itself just has a great message of saying how important it is to sort of not judge people for the way that they look, but to see people for who they truly are.
Oh, that's beautiful. I didn't know you wrote poetry. So that's a sweet little message, that you should love yourself for who you are, and, beauty is on the inside, not on the outside. And if you're beautiful on the inside, that makes the exterior beautiful.
The thing that I feel about the movie more than anything else is how funny it is. It's full of discoveries and full of wonderful character moments. It's got a tremendous heart to it. Beautiful acting and comedic moments out of this extraordinary cast.
Wow. Only a true friend would be that truly honest.
The writers have done a great job of creating an amazingly fresh, new world with really funny bad guys and really cool sidekicks, and I'm very honored to be part of it. It's very cool, I have to say.
Oh, come here, you.
All right, don't get all sloppy. No one likes to kiss ass.
Next on HBO.
Nothing without a doubt when Chevy Chase had to consult a client. When Demi Moore is a nice lawyer to a different life. Dan Aykroyd and John Candy. Nothing but trouble.
Next on HBO.
HBO film. Action.
Hey, this is it, pretty baby. This is it, pretty baby. This is it, pretty baby. Now, wrap around and fell in love. All right, thank you, fellas.
All the hits you can handle. All the stars you can take. This summer, it's not enough to say it's big, because we've got more $100 million blockbusters than any other premium network. More of the top 100 movies than any other premium network. It's the best movie lineup anywhere. One place, HBO, for more than enough of the biggest hits around. When it comes to great movies, enough doesn't even come close.
Tonight, it's on HBO. At 9, Second Chance Tuesday, Girl Interrupted. At 11, the HBO original movie Conspiracy, and at 1, Brad Pitt Fight Club. HBO is on tonight.
The following movie is rated PG-13.
Good life, full of fun, seems to be the idea.
greatest story ever told.
Come on, it'll be fun.
Oh, I don't think so. Hey, Tiff. Tell me you mailed the Beth tape to Tiffany. I have to get to that tape before my girlfriend gets back to her school. Can we drop them out soon? It'll be fun. You tasty marshmallow. With no sugar. Hey, old man, I got some munchies real bad. I'm Beth. Are you here for the feeding? Unleash the fury! This is my story. Do you want to hear it or not?
OuterMax, the world of sci-fi, horror, and fantasy.